All right.
Okay, we're
We're
live.
officially being viewed by the NSA.
Hi.
Oh
Total
well.
NSA. How are
There's
you?
only 2 bodies in my backyard.
Hope that they don't find out about all that illegal porn I've downloaded.
Nah, they don't care about that.
Though now Daryl, our listenership is
Now, if you pirated some movies, they'd be all over you, but
porn they're okay with.
unless you pirated it. Did you pirate that porn?
I just said pirated porn.
Oh, okay.
Yar.
Yeah, they do have a problem with that.
As opposed
Yar
to
me, baby.
pirate porn. Which is
Yar.
what CJ
Yar
was
me,
talking
baby.
about.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now all I can think of is the Robot Chicken one with
Yes.
the girl who wanted her boyfriend to roleplay Jack Sparrow, and all he did was talk about how he had scurvy
Nice.
and horrible diseases.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the audio, and then we're gonna start this thing. In 3, 2, 1. The following is a production of the Geek I Media Network. For more geeky goodness, go to geek-io.net. And to help support the network, head over to patreon.com/geekio for more information.
Mobile low bandwidth simulcast of this show available on Alpha Geek Radio. Using your mobile device web browser, go to mobile.alphageekradio.com to tune in now.
Hey you. If you're listening to this and don't want to hear expletives, you probably shouldn't listen to it. It's gonna get interesting.
Mobile audio stream enabled at mobile.alphageekradio.com. Chat room enabled at geek-io.com/live. Geek IO initialized.
We're geeking out across the globe, so tuck in and hold on to your butts. It's time for the Geek I.O. show.
Geek IO, put geek in and geek out.
And once again, that lovely melody means that it is Thursday night, which means that my mixer's not turning stuff down like it's supposed to. And that means it's another episode of the Geek I.O. show, your dose of geeky goodness. Episode number 93, recorded Thursday, the 5th of February, 2015. I am your host, CJ Boat. Hello, welcome.
Hello, and I'm Jared. I won't throw up on your bed as a veto.
I see. And I am Alex, back for 2 weeks, Shoal.
Yay!
Well, you haven't been here in a while, so what we do is when we have show titles before the show starts, we try to work them in somehow so that we can use them as show titles.
Because my absurd rule says we have to say them during the show in order for them to count.
Well,
This
without
is
the
CJ's
context,
rules.
I think it will confuse people.
That's fine.
That's the whole point, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The joke is, before the show started, my cat threw up on my bed. Or, well, she
Barga,
threw
barga,
up
barga.
on my bed. She was going to, but she's actually a surprisingly polite cat. She always, if she's going to be sick, she tries to find a place where there isn't anything on the floor. So she ran away and then got ill in a corner, and I cleaned it up. And now she's over here sleeping.
I feel much better now. Poor Kitty. I hope you feel better now, Kitty.
It's probably just
I have-
stressed.
I have expelled the evil venom from my system, and now I will go to sleep.
Basically. Or we're gonna come over here then, I guess. Hello.
See, you were
Kitty.
talking about him, so you had to come
Yeah.
check things
Yeah,
out.
she knows. She's like, yo, what's up? I hear you talking, and it's not to me.
Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up?
Is it to the other humans that live in your computer?
Yes. So this
It
is some
is.
weird, bizarre Comic Alliance S4 weirdness here. I'm not
Mashup.
sure. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this.
Crossing the streams. You should
Yeah,
never
so we have to
cross the
talk about-
streams.
So we have to talk about comics and TV,
I read a lot of comics today, so we can totally talk about comics.
which makes me sad that Daredevil is not on Netflix right now.
the movie that was not all that great, that spawned a spin-off movie that was terrible.
No, the Netflix series.
Oh,
No,
the
the
series.
new
Okay,
one.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Which
No,
I
it's
still
just
haven't
one or
seen
the
yet.
other.
I still haven't watched the teaser trailer for that. I should do that.
It looks so dark and awesome. It's really good.
I actually learned a fun comic book fact this weekend.
Oh,
I was listening to a podcast. Ironically, it's the HP Podcraft podcast, which talks about H.P. Lovecraft, and they've done
Witty.
all of his stories already. So now they're talking about things that have influenced him, and I've completely forgotten this author's name, which is a shame because he's really famous. But they were talking about the origin of Gotham, and which, as most of us would know it as, would be the city in the DC universe where Batman is.
That's it there, then Batman City.
Yeah. Well, actually, its origins are from a writer way back in, oh my gosh, I think it's like just after the Revolutionary War. He began to refer to the people of New York and the city itself as Gotham. The name Gotham came from a village called Gotham over in England. Way back, even longer before that, anytime the king went out on a tour of the country, any road he went on had to be made into a public highway. The people of Gotham did not want their road to be made into a public highway because they didn't want other people coming in and screwing around in their town, and because they just liked it the way it was, I guess. So when the servants of the king showed up, they all started acting really stupid. So like they would just be like dragging things around, trying to like float cows down the river and push cheese wheels down the hill to get them in the market and stuff. And so when the servants went back and told the king, he went, "Yeah, we're gonna like avoid that because I don't want people seeing how stupid this village is."
Nice.
So when he was mocking the people of New York, this writer referred to it as Gotham to imply that they were stupid. And for some reason, it caught on, and people started referring to the city as Gotham on occasion, and then it got picked up, years and years later, and is now the fictional city for Batman.
Nice. So Batman isn't the town of stupid people, because that actually makes a whole lot of sense now.
Mm-hmm. And Arkham is actually from H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes. That I knew.
It is the town you don't ever want to visit ever. Don't drink the water, don't talk to anybody, don't go to any of the towns nearby, and oh dear Lord, please don't go to the college.
Yeah, right?
Something will eat you, and you'll discover you're related to a monkey. It'll be terrible.
Well, that's pretty much the status of mine and Dale's relationship at any given time, so there's that. So it has been forever since we've had you on the show, Alex. How have you been?
I've been good. Something bizarre has happened to my mouse just now, and I don't know what it was, but I think it's okay. I know I've somehow lost... Oh, there we go. I accidentally screwed up the pressure sensitivity. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing geek-related things.
Nice.
No pressure sensitivity, where it happened. Oh, whatever. But I've been playing... Oh my gosh, I've been playing so much TF2. I've like gotten super into TF2 all of a sudden.
If we're gonna hold on. If we're gonna do that, then hold on.
Yeah.
Damn it! I picked the wrong one again.
Gadgets, games, and gizmos.
There we go.
Also, this just in. Beep, 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 beep. I've now seen the Daredevil trailer.
Yay!
Well done, sir.
I also started talking comic books, so I figured I should, make use of that time.
She was not talking comic books. She was talking Lovecraft.
Lovecraft and the history of Gotham. I was half listening.
Half listening.
They were acting dumb, so the king wouldn't turn the road into a public highway. See? I was listening.
All right. So the TF2.
Yes.
Forgive me, CJ, for I've sinned.
Nice. Well played.
My cat is gonna like push my keyboard onto the floor. Oh my god. So I guess this means I'm going first tonight with all the geeky things that I've been doing. I've let's see. I'll start with the small thing and I'll move to the big thing. The small thing is I've been playing Warlords of Draenor, the expansion for WoW. Been playing a lot of that. I powered through it with my hunter, and I'm doing it again on my warlock and my druid. That's what I've been doing in my free time is raiding. We've made it to Black Rock Foundry the other night.
Nice.
So.
Black Rabbit Foundry, got it.
Yes. Oh, if only it were filled with rabbits. That would make our repeated deaths hilarious. But let's see. But the big thing that I've been doing is I got way into Team Fortress 2. Just all of a sudden, I really wanted to play it, and I'm not like good at first-person shooters. So, but I've been trying out all the classes. Like today, I went and read all of the comics because they're all on Valve's website. I just sat down and I read them all.
Nice.
I told my boyfriend that a little while ago, and he's like, "Wait, you read all of them?" I'm like, "Yes, all of them." And he goes, "How?" And I'm like, "There's not that many." He goes, "Not that many. There's like a bajillion of them. They're all on the site. How did you read them all?" And I'm like, "There's only like 30. I just sat down and read them." It's like,
How do you do reading? I don't understand.
I know, he's just amazed I read them all so fast. He actually thinks it's funny how interested I've been, like, anytime I get into something, especially geek related, I just sit down and devour all the information I can about it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I've been sitting there, I've actually been, because I've been doing storyboards for a couple of online animated things, one of which isn't out yet. But,
There's another one with a creepy old man. That's what listeners want to know.
which one has a creepy old man?
Yeah, which one has a creepy old man?
Which animation or which Team Fortress comic? Because there's some creepy old men in Team Fortress.
No. Which animation has a creepy old man that wants you to come into his basement in his dilapidated car?
None of them.
We never forget things here on this show unless it's
Never,
things that I want
never.
forgotten.
Somehow lost my tablet pen, so I'm switching to my mouse now. But none of the animations have a creepy old man in the basement.
Aw,
But
it's not as fun then.
but I've been looking actually at their animations because both of the things are done in SFM, so I'm paying attention to like what can and can't be done in that program. And there's so much neat stuff happening. Like my favorite one they've done is the expiration date video. That one's really, really funny. Like the animations are nice and subtle. There's a lot of like it's a show. I really wish it was a show, but it's a game that didn't have all that much content, and then Valve went, what the hell, and just started putting things into it.
And then hats happened.
Yeah, and then hats, all the hats. I actually have like 2 hats. I have like no hats.
Then you're doing it wrong.
Probably. I'm waiting until I pick them up while walking around. I have pyrovision goggles. I have some old hat with a little ghost hanging off of it, and I have a party hat which is on my pyro. So I have a pyro and a party hat. I don't have anything else fancy, but oh my gosh.
If Pyro and a party hat is not at the top
I
of my
do.
list for show titles, then I'm not. Then I don't want to live on this podcast anymore.
Interestingly
Wait,
enough.
pirates in the-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, just put that in there, CJ, because I missed
Pyro
it.
and a party hat.
Pirate and a party, yeah, gotcha.
No,
Pyro.
not pyro.
Pyro. Sorry, I'm still stuck on pirates.
That's okay.
Yar.
But like,
Actually,
Oh my
it
gosh.
kind of reminds me of something else that I've done this weekend.
actually, it's kind of funny because apparently I picked one of the most difficult classes to play to start out with, and that was the medic. I went, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be a medic because I know how to medic in other games. And it turned out I was really, really good at it. So I just kind of stayed like the medic is my most played character.
Hey. All right.
And my second most played character is probably the sniper, which was the first. I guess since I played, I might as well just call it the DPS class. This is the first DPS class I played.
Yeah, I was the same way. Kind of, my thought process was very similar. I play tanks in every game, so I'm like heavy.
Yeah,
Give me heavy. No questions, just give me heavy.
it's actually kind of fun to learn all the different things you can do with your class, which actually makes it entertaining to see when other people are playing it wrong. Like, I don't play the scout that often because my reflexes are not good enough to actually do anything significant with the scout.
Oh,
But
man,
the
he's
scout's purpose
rough.
isn't to kill other people, which is why it's funny when you see other scouts running around the map trying to like kill other players. And like, no, you're a scout. Your point is your purpose is to harass people and draw enemy fire and capture points. That's what you do.
Yep.
You're a bunny. Go and be a bunny. Don't sit there trying to kill the heavy. Just go and take the point, you idiot. Leave the heavy to me. I'll set him on fire or I'll headshot him. Or like whenever I'm the medic and the scouts are running around me going, "Hey, heal me, heal me, heal me," and I'm like, "No, I'm with this other person who I can actually keep pace with."
Yeah, those
So,
scouts are rough to heal. I've done
Yeah.
quite a bit of medic. I haven't played TF2 in a bit, but I did quite a bit of medic. Mine was medic, spy, and heavy.
I
Because I
have
don't
not
have the
actually played the spy yet. I'm
I
paranoid
don't
about
have the patience to be the sniper, so like I suck
Ah.
at camping so bad.
Oh god, I gotta tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than playing Red Sniper and sitting outside of the spawn point waiting for those gates to drop to peg the first little shit in the head and get the
Hey
first
Twitch,
kill
see,
of
I'm
the
playing a game. We're talking games.
I'm like, ha ha. Like no, I
Totally.
think my favorite kill I ever got as a sniper is when it's on my favorite map, which is Mountain Laboratory, and I'm sitting in one of the windows, and there's a spy who decides he's gonna just disguise and hang out in the doorway like no one will know that he's not a red pyro. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like just waiting, and it's in the I'm just like 3, 2, 1, gate, bang! Chaos Child has killed whatever this guy's name is, and I'm like, and then I immediately retreated because that window's a bad place to be once those doors open.
Oh yeah, I know exactly where you're talking about.
Actually, my second most satisfying kill I've ever gotten actually was to a friend of mine. We were in a Skype call, so I got to hear him react when it happened. He was a spy, ironically, and I was an engineer. And he walked up, and something happened to his keyboard, and he got stuck. So he didn't move right away. He walked up to my turret and stopped.
Oh
'Cause I think he
jeez.
was looking at something. And I didn't realize right away that he was a spy because he hadn't done anything.
Hmm.
But then and then I remember that everyone's like, no, if you're an engineer, you have to spy check. If there's nobody there, you must check everybody who goes by because it's probably a spy. So just for shits and giggles, because I'm standing next to my dispenser, I fire my shotgun and it hits him, and he falls down dead because he's got the dead ring around. But I didn't know that immediately. And just this little voice in my head went, no. Spies are like zombies. You have to double tap them or they don't die. So I just fired immediately, and he just drops dead. And my friend just goes, "What the hell was that?" And I'm like, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. I'm gonna get you now." And I said, "Bring it." And he's like, "Don't you even dare. I'll do a different class and I'll get you." And I'm like, "Bring it on." And I actually mowed him down every time he came back.
Nice.
That was
Well done.
stupid. That was stupid fun just because I got to hear the other person on the other end being confounded by the sentry.
Oh yeah, it is a lot of fun either LAN or WAN playing with a bunch of your friends because it's just the amount of Schadenfreude that goes on in there is fantastic.
Actually, that game is full of dark humor, which I guess Valve is known for.
Oh yeah.
But it actually makes it fun, win or lose. The only time I haven't had fun is when you have a stacked team against you.
Yeah. When you're playing a pro or semi-pro team, yeah.
Yeah, or even just people who keep figuring out who's best on whatever team, and they just keep moving over until all of a sudden every good player is on one team, and all the people who aren't all that great are on the other, and they're just getting mowed down. It's like, well, this isn't fun anymore. I can't even leave spawn. There's just a dude sitting out there waiting to kill me the second I stick my head out. This is pointless. It's fun when everyone is blowing up.
Yes.
And of
Yeah,
course,
equality makes that game a lot more fun, but there is such a huge level of douchebaggery that happens so often.
ooh, Kitty, don't do that. But yeah, and of course, since I'm an artist and I have a problem when I have things that I like, I started doing girl versions of all of the
Nice.
people.
Excellent.
I actually just
What
mentioned-
about a male pyro? Did you make a male pyro?
I'm probably going to do the gender swap pyro will look exactly like the pyro. It's not gonna change. It's just gonna be the pyro. But yeah, I actually finished the engineer last night.
Nice.
And really liked the turret. But I actually the scout one, the first one I showed you, is actually on my DA page, and there's a link to a sped up time lapse of me coloring it. Set to
Awesome.
the official music because Valve is nice and lets us have all of that.
Yeah, boy.
They're like, yeah, go ahead, have it.
Speaking of games and games you're addicted to, and first-person shooters and Blizzard, have you looked into much of Overwatch yet?
No.
No? Surprises me.
I'm not really into those kind of things. Like Team Fortress 2 is the first first-person shooter I've been interested in. The reason that I'm not usually playing them is because I tend to be tactful and slow, and you can't be slow in a game. A multiplayer.
Yeah, you get the twitchy. I'm not too big into the twitchy gameplay. It's why I like the like ARPGs because like I said, I'm playing Marvel Heroes right now on Twitch. And like I like this because I don't have to be super twitchy. I can just stand in one place. And right now I'm playing Rogue with Cyclops' eye blasts, so I'm just like stand in one place and everything dies.
Yeah. Like for example, I learned really like TCF2 as an example is I learned right away that I can't actually be a sniper if I'm going to be a sniper because part of being like they said introductory video being a sniper you wait and I'm like you can't wait. You have to find a good space, you have to kill somebody, then you immediately have to duck and cover because there is someone else on the other end of that map who's going to shoot you.
Yep.
So my reflexes have gotten pretty good playing sniper though. It's like duck bang, oh god, did I get in? Oh I did, good. Now quick, check for other snipers.
Yeah, right. So what else have you been up to?
That's about it. I've been like I said, I've been doing storyboards for stuff. One of them is I've been doing storyboards for Revolution 72, who did the Manufactured Alliances, Mass Effect, and Vid, and we're working on video too.
Nice.
And we've got the script for the next two after that already in the works. So there's that.
Awesome.
I've also been doing storyboards for another one that hasn't come out yet. Called Purity, although I keep telling the director we should call it Project Purity because that just sounds better to me.
Alliteration.
That one's also an SFM one, but it's not a fan video in that it's for a specific show. It just borrows models from different games and stuff, and we've modified color schemes and things like that to make each of them look different. And that one's a post-apocalyptic, a more positive survival kind of show. Is what we're going for.
Okay.
So, we're doing that. I also, that's another thing. I actually have been helping out with apparently, I didn't even know this, one of the most popular mods ever, which is the Mass Effect mod, Dawn of the Reapers. The new mod that's coming out, I am every woman in Cerberus because we got the voices so late because my boyfriend is the sound guy and we got the lines for it so late. It's like, oh yeah, we need them tomorrow. And he's like, he just turns to me and goes, how many accents can you do? And I'm like, a bunch. And he goes, oh thank God, I need you to do. He's like, you have like over 100 lines. So I'm the announcer. I'm one of the heavy cruisers. I'm one of the bombardment vessels. I'm just about every girl on the Cerberus team.
Nice.
But so there's like some kind of interview or something going up, so I have to record a little demo thing for the oh my gosh, what's her name? I forget what the heck we're calling her, but she's the AI that assists you when you play Cerberus in that mod.
Okay.
But I get to do a little introduction saying, I'm so-and-so, and I'm here to help you on your thing. Don't fail us. Failure is not an option.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so who's going next?
That took forever, I'm sorry.
No worries.
How about you go next? What have you been up to? Yes.
Me, I've been working a lot. A lot. Server migrations, database migrations, stuff like that. But on the not boring stuff, yeah, I know, right? Woo!
Big times, baby.
Other than that, my kids have gotten into, well, mainly my son, but my kids have gotten into the Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love that so much. Oh my god, it's the best one they've ever done.
At first, I'm like, grump, not my Ninja Turtles. And then I started watching it, and I'm like, holy shit, this is really good.
I know! I'm so excited. I love that it takes itself seriously, but not too seriously.
Have you seen the LARPing episode?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. we have to do this with our imaginations, and then it turns out like a little owl child or something.
Pigeon. He's Sparrow Knight. He's the Sparrow Wizard.
Oh yeah, he's a tiny little sparrow. I guess he's like a kid or something who was in the sewers. And they're like, just
He was
live in here and don't bother us.
He was a
And he's like,
nerd. He was a nerd when he got the mutagen poured on him over him and sparrows, and it combined the two of them. And he was way into the game. Their like mazes and mutants, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He was way into that when he was playing a game on the roof with his sparrow friends when mutagen hit him, and so he became a super psychic sparrow nerd.
Wizard
who was
thing. Yeah.
who was playing alone in the sewers when the turtles came around.
I just like that it ends with them looking at him like, no, we won't play with you, go away. They just leave him in the sewers to never be seen.
But like they have
some later.
What shocked me was the names that they have associated with that, man. Like freaking Sean Astin is Donatello. Like freaking Samwise Gamgee is Donatello. Like what the hell?
No, that's not Donatello. He's oh my god, he's done Freakazoid. He's the original voice of Raphael from the 1980s cartoon. It's that guy. I don't think that's Samwise Gamgee.
Hold on. No,
He's the voice of Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Hold on.
Rob Paulson?
Yeah, Rob Paulson is Donatello.
Hold on.
The guy who played Beast Boy is Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, yes.
I think Samwise... Is he Raphael? No.
Hold
I
on.
know that Leo had a voice change.
To the IMDb. Yeah, Leo changed from
He's Seth Green now.
Yeah, Sean Astin is Raphael. Greg Cripes is Michelangelo. Rob Paulson is Donatello. Freaking Mae Whitman is April. Jason freaking Biggs is Leonardo.
Yeah, and then I don't know why he switched.
What is he up to anyway? Yeah, he's got talent.
Well, Jason Biggs, he's freaking in the biggest Netflix show ever.
Oh, that's probably why he's not
Black.
Leonardo anymore. Then Seth Green's Leonardo now, but
Yeah,
actually,
but still Seth freaking Green.
Seth Green.
What the hell?
Yeah, I like that they gave a reason why Leo's voice changed though. It was actually I really like all the story and pacing, all the choices they made. I even like how shockingly terrifying it is sometimes, like the rat king. Oh my god, he's like this evil satanic Quaker oatmeal dude, but he looks genuinely creepy. Like when I saw him, I'm like, oh my god, that is such a change from the original. I love it. Or the transformation of Ice Cream Kitty.
Oh
my god,
they're not afraid to be dark in this.
They have famous people, and then they have all of the famous voice actors in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, freaking Nolan North is the Krang.
Yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson's in there.
Shredder.
The way that the Krang speak is amazing.
Oh yeah, the Krang is awesome. Krang does this new outfit make Krang look
Phil
big.
Lamar is Baxter Stockman. Gosh, I want to watch this now.
It is really good.
I won't tell you who they are, but guess who showed up in the most recent episode? Because we didn't think they were going to be in the series at all.
I only watch it on Nicktoons. I don't think it's up to date. I'm just kind of watching them at night.
Well, I'll tell you who, but I won't say.
Black.
Yeah, Louis Black is Spider Bites.
It's okay to spoil things. The three of us were good with spoilers. For the rest of you people at home, spoilers.
I'll spoil it in a way that will get you excited. I'm not going to tell you who becomes them or how.
Man, they got Paul Rubens.
Yeah,
what?
There's a lot of people that you'll hear.
Danny Trejo. I want to watch that show.
But
Frank Welker. Woo.
In the most recent episode, I won't tell you when, I won't tell you who, I won't tell you how. But now we have Bebop and Rocksteady. They have finally arrived, and they look amazing. Their new designs are fantastic. And what's great is, again, not going to tell you who, but they've actually been in the show this whole time. And as soon as I saw what was going to happen, I went, "No, you're kidding me!" And then it happened, and I went, "It's fucking Bebop and Rocksteady." Oh my god.
I don't know. I'll have to see if I can. I'm sure I'm probably on Nick.com.
Yeah.
If they're on Nick.com, then I can play later than Bad Boys.
Kate Miucci is in this. Holy shit! They have everybody in this show. Corey Feldman is Slash. By the way, Slash. And what's his pet turtle's name before he becomes Slash? Spike.
Spoilers.
They are the most vicious looking mutant transformation ever with that.
Oh my god.
frightening.
Actually, the most agonizing transformation besides the pulverizer. That one, I actually will admit I kind of cried a little bit when Billy, I think his name is Billy, turned into whatever that was. Just how he was screaming about how much it burned and hurt, and the turtles are just standing there going like, "Oh God," because they can't touch him now. And I'm like, oh. But the most painful looking transformation in that whole show is Ice Cream Kitty. It became the most adorable little thing ever, but just watching that horrible, already kind of sick looking cat all of a sudden sit there and start hacking like it's gonna die, and then it just goes and liquefies on the table. My boyfriend was watching with me, and all of a sudden he jerked. He goes, "Oh my God!" I'm like,
What
it's ice
the-
cream, and then it pops up and he's like, "Meow," and I'm like, "It's Ice Cream Kitty," and he goes, "That was horrible. That poor cat."
I do like they do. They do kind of like call outs, like especially the after credits stuff to the older stuff. Like they
Yeah,
did
they
this
do.
one where they were attacking an intergalactic space worm,
Yeah.
and like or dimension jumping space worm, and like they trapped it in another dimension, and the other dimension was the '90s television show. They actually got the original voice actors back, except for I think Michelangelo, who was still Beast Boy.
Yeah.
But the
oh my
original
God.
voice actors were back doing the 3 of the 4 parts.
I feel like they actually did a better job of homaging that than the super serious 2000 and like what 2009
12, I
8
think it is.
version. The other one was
TMNT one. The one that was
the one that was
2007.
super serious and had them swearing by using the word shell and was all dark and I know that it was focusing a lot on how serious the comics were, except the comics were serious because they were a parody. This was serious because turtles are badass and stuff. And when they had their team up with the 1980s turtles,
holy crap! Like I'm looking at the TMNT voice crew. I haven't seen this yet, but you have Chris Evans as Casey Jones, Sarah Michelle Gellar as April O'Neil,
yeah,
freaking
Patrick
Kevin
Stewart's
Smith.
in there too.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart
Yeah.
as Winters.
I saw that
Lawrence
movie.
Fishburne as the narrator.
Yeah, I saw that movie in the theaters, and it's
Not a
actually
bad one.
pretty good. Pretty good.
But yeah,
It's a pretty good movie.
the
Pretty solid.
super serious 2007 TV show.
It is a little
such
too
bad
serious, though.
job.
Yeah.
It did a terrible job of homaging. Well, because when they had their team up, it's called Turtles Forever. When they team up with the 1980s turtles and go hopping through dimensions, the entire time they just sit there basically going like, look how stupid the ones from the 80s were. Look how cool we are, because they're just a bunch of idiots the whole time, with the other turtles staring at them like. So I liked that this show seemed to homage it better, and that they were looking at them. They're like, oh, this is so cool. Is that us? Wow, that's so weird. We're just walking around in trench coats, I think.
Other than that show, which admittedly has absorbed a lot of my time outside of S4, and by the way, Jazz, I would totally do that for S4. We actually got a little bit. I have a buddy of mine who did what's called Gasparilla down here. It's a big, huge thing for Tampa Bay. It's basically Pirate Mardi Gras. And a friend of mine was on one of the biggest floats there, and he was wearing a Geek IO shirt and was throwing out cards with everything we had on, all of our stuff on them.
Nice.
It's only relevant to us down here, but it was actually pretty cool that he's like, oh yeah, dude, I downloaded a bunch of stuff, made cards off of them, and I made a shirt. I'm like, all right, cool, do it.
Have fun. Go nuts.
So yeah, that was awesome to hear. Like I said, it's a huge thing. People come, like a lot of people, like I think it was like 50-something thousand people in Tampa Bay this last weekend because of that. Other than that, like I said, I've been playing some more of the Sword of Extoria, and obviously Marvel Heroes, and Dragon Age Inquisition. Other than that, I've not done much. Jazz, what about you?
I haven't done too much interesting either, but I did go to a Super Bowl party because that's the American thing to do. I think I watched about 5 minutes of the Super Bowl itself. I watched the halftime show. and we had our Katy Perry come out dressed like a Pokemon riding on a Voltron lion, and that was pretty epic.
Yeah, boy.
Oh my god. I might actually have to go look that up later.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually that was actually one of my favorite halftime shows I've ever seen, and
It
she
was just
actually
very insane and very fun and just bizarre.
it was a lot of fun. Like, and the thing is she was actually singing during it, which is a big thing for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like she actually was not like I was expecting like complete maximum evil.
complete maximum evil.
I was expecting that. I'm like, oh yeah, there's gonna be so much skin showing, and she's gonna be jiggling around everywhere, whipping those gigantic boulders around everywhere, shooting
Well-
weird crap out of them. Nope. For her,
Nope.
completely conservative. For Katy Perry,
Wow.
really
Yeah.
conservative.
I mean, there was like the beach ball bikini thing, but that was about it. And
Yeah,
that was
it.
that wasn't even that egregious.
I'm actually glad to hear that because it's not so much that I think that like people need to be conservative while they perform and stuff. It's just I think that there's a difference between, you know, a little bit of sex appeal and pulling a Miley Cyrus. Because no one will ever let her forget that ever happened ever. Because no one ever needed to see that happen.
No.
Yeah.
Instead of it
we-
being like, ooh, that's so risque, that's kind of cool and funny, everyone's just sitting there going,
Everybody thought.
everyone's just sitting there going, oh my god, no, put your clothes
Make it
back
stop!
on."
Make it stop!
Why does her ass look like a turkey?
So it's like, you know, when you're doing a big event, a certain level of tact, certain level
Yeah.
of acknowledging that what you're doing is a little bit of a big deal, and walking out wearing, you know, like Katy Perry. I'm sure you're a nice person, but walking onto the set of Sesame Street wearing the lowest cut dress you could find was probably a bad call.
Yeah, right.
Now I know why I've seen that video, but why have you seen that video?
Because my friends linked it to me, going, "Oh my god, it looks like Elmo's looking straight down her dress," because he totally is. He's like, it's like the
I don't blame
puppeteer
him.
couldn't believe she came out in that, and Elmo like did adult
Get your
makeup.
freak on, Elmo.
Like, oh my god, have you seen Elmo's voice actor? He doesn't look anything like you'd expect. He's
the old one or the new one?
I guess it's the new one. He's gigantic. He's so tall.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't know if
absurdly
I've seen the new one yet.
tall.
I say the old one went on to do Avenue Q.
Yeah.
Kevin, what is Kevin Clash doing these days? Ever since the whole scandal thing.
I think Avenue Q because they don't give a fuck.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you have puppets doing it on stage, so you know. There's that.
The internet is for porn.
All right, Jazz. What else? What have you been up to other than that?
So the Super Bowl thing, and of course there was lots of there was a chili competition. I did not win this year,
Oh,
so
for shame,
Two-
Katie.
I know we didn't get the three-peat, but
I blame
It's okay.
I blame baby brain.
probably I don't know. There was a lot of competition, and we used the same chili as last year, so I think maybe there was the judges felt that we should have tried something new if we wanted to win again, which is fine. But you know we have two kids now, and who's got time for new recipes?
Exactly.
So screw you.
I'm
guys.
right there with you.
So I ate a bunch of chili and chips and soda and cookies and candy, and it was a true American celebration.
Nice.
Nice.
And everything but alcohol, I guess. And then I've been playing a lot of Magnetized on the iPhone. I got a free copy of that from Starbucks or somewhere. I forget where. But it's just a stupid little move the pixel from one side of the screen to the
right,
other
you have
using.
an iPhone now. I might be able to
Yeah.
get you a crap ton of iOS games, by the way, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
fine.
there.
It's fine. It's just a casual pick it up game, and you use a magnet to kind of control which direction your little square goes.
That's
And the
cool.
physics are really cool, and the look and the animation of it's a lot of fun. It's really oversimplified kind of stuff, but it's really fun, and I can spend a whole lot of hours, or I can just pick it up, play it for a few minutes, and put it right back down. It's a good solid fun game. So Magnetized gets a thumb up from Jazz.
Yay.
And aside from that, you know, doing that work thing, raising babies, and writing code.
What
And
about my thing? Did you get my thing done yet?
I've got some stuff done. Have you logged in and looked at it?
I have not.
You should
Not my
look at
job.
it. There's some stuff.
You have like a month.
I know. I'm close though. I'm close. So if I can just find a
All
few
right.
minutes here and there when I'm not catching up on shows for that other podcast we're doing.
Yeah, right. All right. On that note, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Really quick, before we take a break, if you want us to help support the network in any way, shape, or form, we have every single possible way that you can help support us over at geek-io.net/support. It has everything from the tweaked audio to the T-Fury, which has 2 really awesome shirts up right now, by the way. All of the things. Uh-oh, she forgot something until right now. Oh, cool.
We can talk about it after.
Yeah, well, Jess still hasn't seen that yet, so it'd be a second spoiler section on Big Hero 6.
Didn't
Didn't we already do a big Hero 6 spoiler thing?
Yes, but with a less cute person.
You saying Dale's not cute?
I can talk
Less.
about it without spoilers if you want me to. I can do that. I can talk about it without spoiling. But yeah, go.
I
continue.
did see that the digital release has happened, so
Yes.
maybe I'll see it.
It's a weird.
I'm trying to
cute
decide if I
thing.
should just go ahead and buy it because I probably will end up.
I'm buying both that one and the Blu-ray one.
CJ, I'm sorry to interrupt, but are
The
we
digital
actually
and the
streaming? Because the people, someone on who's watching it via our site says that they can't. That the only videos they're seeing are recordings. That they're not actually live.
Huh. I might have forgot that step. I apologize. Hold on. I'm on it.
Let CJ fix that and then refresh,
Sorry.
and everybody will be
Because
fine.
I know people.
I'm gonna
you said
I'm
that
gonna
people
fix
are
that
seeing
during
you
the
on
break.
Twitch.
Yeah, we're on Twitch. We are on Twitch. We're on Alpha Geek Radio, and we're on the YouTube itself site, but not the our site because I'm a dumbass and forgot. All right, so I'll fix that during the break. In the meantime, we're actually going to play another song from I Fight Dragon's new album, The Near Future, called Pretend. iFightDragons.com. Go check that out right now. I still never found the awesome thing that I was supposed to look for. Shit. Okay, we'll be right back.
No one was watching, and your light. Before we knew, they'd taken over. Now they've come for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're at the store. They got the kids. They got your friends. No one knows when the world began to change. So one by one we started going down in flames. Now I don't want to be the one who doesn't live to see the end. So I'll just smile and call them your saviors when the presidents. Come the truth, spare me your sermons until they turn on you. 1, 2, 3. Don't wanna be the one who doesn't live to see the end. So I just smile and pretend.
Oh, that entire album is so freaking sick. Like, seriously. Once again, you can head over to ifightdragons.com to pick that up. That's on sale right now. All of the awesome that is I Fight Dragons at your beck and call. And if you want us at your beck and call, you can email the show at geekioshow@gmail.com. You can reach us on all the social media places at Geek.io Show on Facebook and Twitter. What else are we doing for people if they want us at our beck and call, Jazz?
Well, if you want to set your beck and call, you could always, tell us what you want to be at your beck and call by taking a little survey. You can go to any of our show notes. There's a little linky dinky in there. You click on that, it goes to a short survey. You can tell us what you like, what you don't like about the show, and we want to hear from you because we love you and you're our listeners and you're important to us. So tell us what you want so we can give you what you want, because
What you really, really want.
what you really, really want is a better podcast.
With less Spice Girls references. Or more.
Or maybe you want more Spicy Girls references. So.
Well, you're
Sure
not
did, I
going
guess
to
so.
get them from me, sorry.
Aw.
She's
Aw.
she's a youngster. She wasn't around back in the Spice Girls days.
Oh, yes, I was.
I know. Anyway, thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Go take the survey. Let us know what you think, and we'll listen to you because we like listening to you, because you listen to us so much more than you should.
Yes, indeed. Though Alex is on now, so we have a reason for people to listen again. After Rachel
Indeed.
left, we kind of lost the reason for people to actually listen to us. So
Oh, not good.
she's sleeping right over there, probably listening. I'm getting ready to hear a thump on the wall. All right, did we actually get a geek out topic selected, or am I really just gonna go on a tangent about Big Hero 6 again? Because I've done
you
it
really,
like
really
4
want
times.
to.
I've done it
Well-
like 4 times on this show.
It might not be a tangent, it might be an argument because I didn't like it.
Oh!
It was.
Shots fired.
I actually found it to be incredibly subpar. I predicted every single thing that was going to happen in it. Only Baymax got any development, but that was because he was a totally blank slate in the beginning. The villain was easily predicted. The motivation came out of nowhere. The magical Deus Ex Machina device came out of nowhere. There was an entire scene at the end that had no purpose. The brother's death was glossed over so quickly and never really mourned. The parting shot of the brother was shot horribly. And none of the characters actually had any development at all.
I can't tell if CJ is frozen or if you've broken him.
I'm sorry. I really didn't like the movie. It's like it's not awful, but I expected better.
That
Dragon 2 recently though. I thought that was really good.
that was really good. Big Hero 6 barely edged out Guardians for my favorite movie of 2014.
I really liked Guardians of the Galaxy.
I fell in love with primarily Baymax and Hero, who also had a decent
Baymax
amount of
was the best
development.
character in there. I liked him. I mean,
Hero had some good development.
I didn't feel like he had any.
Well, I mean,
The only development he really had was, I'm not going to do robot fighting anymore, and that was the first part. The biggest part that could have become character development is when he basically ripped out Baymax's emotion chip and went kill. But that lasted for 2 seconds and never came back.
it kind of did.
I feel like that movie would have been better if instead of a movie it was a TV show.
Yeah, that I will give you. Mainly because I just want a Big Hero 6 TV show.
Because Yeah, well, the worst part of it just was that we were sitting there, and I looked over at my boyfriend, and I'm like, bring up the timer, and he's like, the timer. I'm like, yeah, I wanna see where we are. He brought it up, and I went, we're over halfway through this movie, and he's like, yes, we are. I'm like, nothing's happened yet. And he's like, you're right, nothing has happened. I'm like, they have done nothing. So
To
I'm
each their
sorry.
own.
It's fine if you liked it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're terrible if you hate it. It's just
No, I'm not one of those kind of people that's like, well, you don't like this and I like it, so you should feel bad. I'm not one of those kind of people.
It's just for all the
Me
hype and all
either.
the excitement I'm seeing from people seems to be about little things. It's kind of like if I could compare the movie to something, I would say that the movie is like Baymax. It has the structure of something that could be good underneath it, but then everything else is just covered in fluff and becomes this safe, unthreatening thing that does no real harm. But it doesn't
Oh.
really do anything impressive either.
I mean, that is something that can be said for pretty much any Disney movie. It
That's
does
true.
suffer from the flaw.
That's true.
It does suffer from the flaw of being a Disney movie. And this is coming from a huge Disney fan. Obviously, I have a freaking podcast dedicated to it. I spend more time than I probably should planning other people's vacations without being paid for it. Merely because I'm a huge sellout to that system, and I happily admit it and give them so much money every time that they do anything. But even I am a person who realizes that, anything that they do is going to end up being safe. DreamWorks and things like that with like How to Train Your Dragon don't necessarily have to be that because they do not have that dynasty.
Yeah. I wish that films would take a little bit more risk, or rather, like, I don't know. I've seen a decline in Disney recently, where it seems like all people are. It's like if Disney was a cake, all anybody is talking about now is how beautiful the frosting was. Like nobody's saying, "Oh, this cake was delicious." They're like, "Oh, did you see the frosting?" I'm like, "Well, the cake tasted terrible." "Oh, but did you see the frosting?"
See, the issue with this, and also another thing that kind of falls into is it has no opportunity for world building merely because it's only because you can't make a 3-hour Disney movie.
Yeah.
It suffers the same kind of fate as like Arendelle in Frozen. You have this rich kingdom, this rich world that you can divulge into, but you don't have time to because your central characters are getting their asses beat.
Yeah, well, I think that Frozen probably suffers from the fact that it got a severe rewrite halfway through.
Well,
and then
yeah.
nothing changed, which was weird. 'Cause I don't know if our viewers.
I do. I know, but
Originally Elsa was supposed to be a straight up villain, but after they heard her actress sing the song, they immediately went, no, anti-hero. And that's why all of a sudden Elsa goes from, I'm going to be proactive, I'm just going to sit here and wait for things to happen now.
Yep.
I'll see you guys at the end of the movie, bye.
In Big Hero 6, the world of San Francisco is so rich, and these characters have a lot going for them. Unfortunately, if this was only a hero movie in the sense of we can't really have this 13-year-old kid doing all these things without being checked.
Yeah.
You have to have a moral compass on this, or else it's not going to be relatable. Because if you have this 13-year-old kid ripping out the emotion circuit saying kill, and there's nobody there to stop him,
yeah,
what kind of image is that going to give to the viewers, the target demo?
He actually didn't really do all that much now that I think of it. His suit didn't have any real powers. He just sat on Baymax and went quick that way.
Yeah, his main power and everything that he's marketed with is the microbots, which I'll be happy to see him do more in the obviously already planned for sequel. I'm really, since Baymax is already established, you don't really have to keep doing that. Baymax has become what he's going to become. The obvious sequel or television show, I'm not arguing. I definitely won't argue.
Yeah,
or
I
even
would
a comic
series. Honestly, if there's a movie, I probably won't go see it. I'll catch it on Netflix at some point.
I definitely will. But like I said, this actually touched me on a raw level, which is weird because the movie hasn't touched me on a really raw, deep level since like Lion King.
I actually didn't cry, and I was like waiting to, because it's usually really easy to make me cry in a movie, but I didn't. I kept sitting there going,
you're soulless, and you should feel bad.
I'm
No, no.
Soul is
Like I said,
dead.
I'm not one of those kind of people. So
I'm sure that there are probably people listening going, but Baymax was so cute. And I'm like, oh, he was cute.
yeah,
But he
I'm
can't win me
working on
over
my
on cute alone.
I'm working on my Baymax cosplay. I'm not lying.
Aw.
MetroCon. When MetroCon comes around, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm interviewing people as Baymax.
Awesome.
I
Oh my
don't
gosh.
think that's gonna make it to Dragon Con merely because freaking Summer in Atlanta dressed up as Baymax. I can't do it. I was miserable just as Rocket Raccoon with a face mask last year. Like, there's no way. Like halfway through the day, I ripped off the face mask and threw it in my backpack. I'm like, nope, I'm done.
Oh my
I can't
God.
do this anymore. Like when I went to the live Night Attack show. I'm like, all right, I finally put back on I reapplied the makeup and went to the Night Attack show, and actually got called up. For those who don't watch Night Attack or watch any of that stuff, Rachel and I both were called up in the costume contest. I got beat out by nearly naked Tony Stark, and Rachel got beat out by Baby Groot.
Aww. Like, actually, speaking of cons, when I managed to get my boyfriend to go with me to New York Comic Con, I already asked him. I'm like, would you cosplay with me? He's like, oh my gosh, absolutely. As what? And I'm like, let's both be scouts. What color do you want to be? And he's like, I'll be blue. I'm like, sweet, I'll be red scout. This is gonna be awesome. I have to practice my Bostonian accent, even though I don't actually need to say anything, but I still do it.
So I'm debating on because I'm also thinking about doing ironic Hawkeye for my secondary cosplay because I'm fat and blind and want to be Hawkeye.
For some reason, when you said Hawkeye and like weird Hawkeye, I immediately thought for some reason of it's not Red Arrow, it's Speedy. I guess he's Red Arrow now, but Arsenal, yeah. I for some reason thought of him in that one comic that got hailed for being like an accurate depiction of drug abuse, except it's really not in any way. And I'm just like have this image in my head from the cover of Arsenal sitting there gripping a dead cat, hallucinating on drugs. And I'm like, and for some reason I'm like, oh, that's clearly what he's talking about. I'd love to see him cosplay that. Can somebody be inaccurate drug abuse Arsenal, please? with a fake dead cat talking to his ghost daughter, please, no. Because that's one of the strangest things.
Come on, Jazz, you're gonna be a Dragon Con probably with me. You can do that.
It's possible.
Just maybe. Carry around a cat.
But what did you call him? What did you call him? Inaccurate drug use.
Drug use, yeah. Well, I call him that simply because the book was focusing on I think it's called Fall of Arsenal or Rise of Arsenal or something. I don't know.
No, that's not Rise of Arsenal, Fall of Arsenal, Fall of Arsenal, and wow.
Wow, it's okay.
I've been drinking. Fall of Arsenal was like right before Flashpoint.
Okay,
so
it maybe it was Flashpoint. I don't remember. I just remember that it's after they killed his daughter.
Did he get drug use after that?
Well, what happens in the arc, and I'll do it really quick so we're not here forever, is Arsenal is like something is this villain who's basically no one.
Yeah, he
decides to destroy the city because they felt like getting rid of B tier characters, and they kill off his Arsenal's daughter. Which was totally
and he
pointless.
Loses his arm.
Yeah, and he loses his arm, so he gets a cybernetic one. And immediately after that, he just starts hallucinating his old drug provider, and he ends up at one point in if anybody here hasn't seen comic reviews by Linkara, you should go and look up his review of that because he had so many colorful things to say about this scene. But he goes into an alley and beats the crap out of a bunch of guys to find some China cat, which is such an obscure street name for cocaine that a lot of people reading it went, what the heck is that? But he demands drugs, and then when they find him later, the rest of the Justice League, he's sitting in an alleyway with a whole bunch of like beaten up, possibly dead guys around him, holding a dead cat, pretending it's his daughter, and freaking out in the corner. Except all of the symptoms he displays, like it got awards like, oh, this is such an accurate depiction of drug abuse, and then people are like, actually, that is not what happens at all when you're on that drug, so
I
Congrats.
know they're actually going to be wrapping that story up again in Convergence.
Oh, good God.
In a couple of months. Well, they're kind of the DC is doing something I don't necessarily like, which is bowing to pressure. So they're wrapping up like all sorts of stories from pre New 52 because the fans whined.
Well,
Legitimately
I
though,
can't say that their
DC's
whining was undeserved in a lot of places. I've just heard nightmare after nightmare about a lot of the things they've been doing recently.
I like most of the stuff they're doing with the New 52, especially reading it in retrospect, like grabbing trades and stuff like that, because like especially like Grant Morrison's run on Action Comics, which was 1 through 12
Mhm.
of Action Comics. Month by month, it was Grant Morrison. It was horrible, disjointed, and crap. But
That's
you pick up
because he's out of his ever-loving mind.
But you pick up if you pick up the trade paperback and read it, it's a beautiful scene of like it's pure madness because basically it's Mixoplick. So you have all the stuff that goes with Mr. Mixoplick.
Yeah.
How can I say Rise? How can I not say Rise of Arsenal, but I could say Mixoplick when I'm alcoholed? I don't get it.
I don't know. Maybe you weren't trying. I don't know.
But it's Mixoplick doing stuff like he does, and it's a beautiful chorus of what Grant Morrison can really do with Superman, without making Superman being truth, justice, and American way guy.
Yeah.
Because he damn near kills Mixoplix's brother. Like he's like straight up just like beats the shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much that I'd like to see Superman kill people. It's just I find him a flawed character simply because they wrote down Superman is perfect.
That's why I
Period.
liked Super Doom. By the way, like if you ever hear me talk about
That's a
Superman,
fantastic title, by the way.
yeah, it's
Doom.
great.
It's
but
not just regular Doom, guys.
but it's this weird, like whenever I actually strangely enough had this conversation earlier with Daryl Shaler, there's my one Daryl, is basically like the only time I like Superman is when he's like either unchained in like Superman Unchained, or he's not himself like in Super Doom, or if he's part of a greater whole like in the Justice League or the World's Finest books. I don't like Superman. Just like I don't like Captain America.
Yeah, I don't like. They don't need to be gritty and dark and disastrous, but I'd like them to be flawed. I like the idea of Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. I like the idea of him because he's basically Superman, but he's flawed because he's a kid who is, he's someone who is trying to do the right thing in a world where that doesn't always work. But for some reason with Superman, Superman just does the right thing in a world where it just works because he's Superman.
I like what they're doing with him in Future's End, though. Like, he gave up being Superman because he's like, you know what, screw you guys, I'm done. And when he gets back involved in the fighting, like he punches a parademon in half and goes, you know what, now I realize why I gave up on you people in the first place, and flies away again. Like, that's the Superman I like, man. I can deal with that Superman.
See, you like Superman as a dick.
I do. And like I said, like you said,
I'm not gonna lie, I like
dark
that
and
too.
gritty. They don't have to be Bat Dick. Like, they don't have to be that guy. But
He was
I do
such
like.
an asshole in his first few issues. Oh my god!
Oh,
if
yeah.
people have never read them, Superman was the
Oh yeah.
asshole.
Oh yeah. It wasn't until
Oh my
it wasn't
God.
until about World War II when he actually became
the super good guy, and I think that's just because of all the propaganda comics where he
Oh
was
yeah.
suddenly, like,
And
he was
also Captain America came around. So
yeah, so they were like, oh, we need a Boy Scout of our own. Superman. Before that, though,
Oh yeah. But I like the Future's End stuff again. It's another one of those ones like I have to take 4 of them at a time and read them back to back to back to back because I mean they're weeklies, so it's not too bad. But still, I'm like I read so many comic books where I'm like I have to take like 4 of them and save them up and read them back to back to back to back,
So
or else I
there's
have
enough
no
that you
idea
feel like you
what
like
the
to
hell is going on.
yeah. It's kind of like with like web series that are only a couple minutes long. You're just sitting there looking at them, going, "Oh my god, what?" Like Bravest Warriors, I finally sat down and got to watch that one too. I watched both seasons because the Cartoon Hangover, the place that they're hosted on YouTube, put each season is just together in like an hour and a half long chunk. And oh my gosh, like I love Adventure Time. Pendleton Ward has the same kind of weird twisted imagination that I have, so I just love watching his shit. Just sitting there going, what is happening? This is amazing.
I like reading Adventure Time a lot more than I enjoy watching Adventure Time.
Oh my God, Adventure Time, like
My
it's
kids
really
hate
fun.
Adventure Time. Oh my God, my
Why?
kids hate Adventure Time.
Aw.
I don't know, but they just
It's
hate
like
it.
it's the side of a 70s drug van come to life. How can you not love it? It has some of the weirdest, like it's surprisingly adult in places. It has some really weird and oddly deep concepts sometimes. It has some of the greatest lines ever, like the balloons. That is still my favorite line from the entire thing of, yes, balloon people, your debt to me has been repaid. Yay, we're free to the stratosphere. Now we can finally die. I was like, what?
Wow.
Oh my God. That's still my favorite sequence. It made so little sense. It came out of nowhere. It's great. Like everything with Simon and Marcy. Fantastic.
By the way, if this is not the epitome of what a Geek Out segment should be, this is exactly it. And I completely forgot to play the bumper, but this is exactly what like I wanted in a Geek Out segment. Normally we have a topic and we try talking about it, but I'm like, you know what? We didn't have one, and not a whole lot has happened this week, so I'm just like, nah, screw it. We'll just talk about whatever.
I have actually like probably another show that you'd like. It doesn't have a second episode yet, at least not that I've seen. I'm waiting for it to appear, but it's from Disney. And every once in a while, Disney releases something that I tilt my head and I'm like, wait, Disney made that? Like when, oh my God, I forgot the name of it. Shoot, it's that one cartoon that has Dipper and his sister in it, and they have something Falls.
Twin Falls or
No,
something like that.
Something like that. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls.
There's another show like that all of a sudden, and it's called Princess Star versus the Forces of Evil.
I've seen it. I have not. I haven't seen the episode yet, but
oh my
I've seen the
God, the
advertisement for
second
it.
part of that with Princess Unicorn Head, I love it. I especially love it because that character acts an awful. Like I sat down and watched it with my friend, who is also one of my directors, and he was my director first, then became my friend, just in case people were curious. And we sat down, and she acts an awful lot like one of the characters that I play, who's a side character. So he's just sitting there, and every couple of seconds he just laughs, and he goes, I could totally see the character you play doing that. I'm like, I know, right? And then I just would repeat the line in the voice, and he'd crack up. He's like, oh my God. Like the first time she appears, she just appears, she goes, hey girl, you ready to make some bad choices? And I'm like, I love her! I hope she comes back.
Nice.
Like, the premise for anybody who doesn't know is that this girl comes from a magical land called Moody, and she turns 14 and gets her mother's magic scepter, which is like her magical girl wand, but she doesn't really know how to use it, and because she like has no self-control and probably severe ADD, her parents are like, we gotta ship her off somewhere else. We're gonna send you to Earth because it's boring and safe there. So she just keeps casting these weird spells. Like, she introduces herself to her boring, normal human companion, who is actually delightfully entertaining in how totally safe and square this kid is. But she's like, I'm a princess from a magical kingdom. And when she does this gesture with her wand, a rainbow appears and like butterflies and bunnies pop out, and then suddenly the rainbow just catches on fire. And she just sits going like, and I'm like, you know what? Everything about that image I love. Can I just have it as my desktop? I feel like that is...
Kind of reminds me of a Cartoon Network show, Steven Universe, where this kid randomly gets this gem of like omnipotent power, and he's such a moron with it.
That show, if I remember right, it feels like it's written by Pendleton Ward, but it's not. It's actually written by one of the people who did the woman who did the opening theme for Adventure Time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it was one of those Adventure Time spin-offs, which have either been hit or miss. Like Uncle Grandpa came out of that, and that show needs to die in a fucking fire.
I've seen the first episode of, or well, the pilot rather of the cat, the bee and puppy cat.
Oh yeah, Bee and Puppy Cat. I love Bee and Puppy Cat.
Oh my gosh, I saw the first episode and I'm like, this show is amusing. Like I like the girl who plays Bee's voice. Like just the way she delivers everything is amazing. Because she sounds like partially like she's just done with life. And then the other part is like she just
Jazz
can't
is
believe
so
what's
lost.
actually happening. She's just like, I don't know what's going on anymore and I just want to go home. It's like, welcome to the other world. You have to burn in a fire. I don't want to
You two
burn in a
people.
fire.
Look at Jazz being confused. It's great.
Can I go home, please? Yeah.
Jazz looks confused and sleepy.
I am very sleepy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Reese did not sleep last night. So.
Oh, nice.
This is what happens when you get me on a topic of something that I
No,
like.
no, it's fine.
Verge
No,
off
this is great. This is what the
Because
exact
otherwise
thing
it'd just
Geek Out
be
is supposed to be.
sleepy Jazz and listening to
kinda sleepy
CJ talk
CJ.
to himself.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Let me shift it to something else then. Let's see. Actually, something else I forgot to mention. I finally started posting Let's Plays. I'm 10 parts
Yay.
into Alice Madness Returns, and shameless self-promotion, my YouTube channel for that is Chaos Plays. So if you look for like Let's Play at Alice Madness Returns with my name, that's where that one is. I have to record more of that. But it's been a lot of fun. I was actually shocked by how many people were like, "This is great," and I'm like, "Really?"
Chaos Plays.
Yeah. I'll go get
Should
it.
just be youtube.com/Chaos Plays.
It would be, except that they stopped doing that, so hold on a
Since
minute.
when?
They stopped. Well, all of a sudden at the end of their YouTubes now for their new channels, they just have like, I'll show you what my
Oh, it could be
URL
helpful.
looks
It could be the fact that I've had this channel for like 2 years. The Geek
Yeah,
I
mine, like my main one is like that, sort of, except that the name that's on it is not the name that its official name. It's not its custom URL, but this is the URL. So I can't really say it's /thing because there's a whole bunch of like capitals, like it's capital U C lowercase d k e 47 capital Y. Like I just go on forever. But if you look up Chaos Plays under channels, you probably find it that way because that's a search. But
Fair enough.
that's where it is.
I'll
Like
look
that
into
way.
seeing if I can. That's what we were gonna do. Is start trying to. That's what the original goal of Jazz playing with APIs was. By the way, was trying to get your stuff to post directly to our to our network.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It just never got around to doing that. Well, one, YouTube's API is not that great with that.
Conducive.
So it's a little rough unless like you host it directly on your site, which we obviously don't. So it's just a little weirdness because I've been trying to get trying to do stuff with like Sakani and a bunch of people do their own stuff for the network or that have the stuff with the network, but it's hard getting it cross-posted without downloading it and re-uploading it because that's dumb and nobody's gonna do that.
It's just like in bed and stuff, I suppose. But yeah, I hope
Whoa,
that you're able to
okay.
get to work. I mean, if you want to, you can go ahead and do that. I mean, I have my other channel as well, which is also linked through that one. So it's the one where all of my art stuff goes. I've got a couple art tutorials up there. I need to do more. And I have some speed art up there as well.
When you're on speed.
No, what it is it's a time lapse.
All right,
Speed
so let's go
art.
ahead.
Speed
So
art.
instead of watching me work for 12 hours, you only have to watch me work for 10 minutes.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this show up.
Okay.
Next thing we have coming up is
The summer movie SmackDown.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Why do I have the summer one on here? Okay. The Dale Winter Movie SmackDown update. We're coming to the end. This is the last month of the competition. Really on a race to who comes in second. First place, Dale with $53 freaking million.
Screw
Which
Dale.
movie did he grab?
American Sniper for $8.
Really? I haven't even heard of that movie.
It made
Then
all
again,
of
I
the
haven't-
money ever.
Wow.
Also, The Hobbit.
Yeah, he had The Hobbit too, which
That
overperformed
was
like
really
hell.
good. I actually
Rachel's in
really
second.
liked that.
Rachel's in second place with $23.7 million. Daryl's in third with $20.6 million. Jazz is in fourth place with $20.1 million. And I'm in the Dale place with $8.1 million.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Yeah,
I wish
right?
I had $8.1 million. Don't knock it.
Yeah, right?
That'd be great.
It's not real millions.
I
No,
know. It'd
makes
be
me
so
sad.
nice if I had it.
It's not even real space bucks.
Just throw that all in the bank and be like, yes, I'll live off the interest forever.
All right, Jared, what do we have up on the site this week?
Up on the site this week, we have Geek IO site stuff. Because I'm going to read every bullet.
No way.
The small screen spoiler show goes deep. Whoa. On Sleepy Hollow, Agent Carter. And finally, we realized, hey, Gotham got good this last time. This last
Yay.
episode of Gotham was good. You should listen and find out why we thought so. And I actually listened to that show today.
I take
I
it.
usually try not to listen to my own shows. That's a pretty good show. I kind of like it.
It's okay. I felt that way about my Let's Plays, to be honest, because it doesn't, like, you don't recognize your own voice. So when I listen to them to make sure that there's nothing wrong, like audio wise or anything, I'm sitting there like, oh, this person's actually kind of funny. Oh, wait, that's my voice.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple of things that I've done. I've made myself laugh, and I quote Jonathan Strickland on this. It just proves that you really, once you start realizing that your target audience is yourself, you can move on with your life.
Yeah. Well, as long as, like, I guess that's the point, because, you know, you can't really be like, oh, let me make sure that everyone else is happy. You can only really know that you've made yourself happy. So I guess as long as you're fine with it,
Yeah.
you don't need to, like, answer to anybody else. Not to say you shouldn't take feedback, but at the same time, you know, if it's something that you feel you're satisfied with, then there's really no big deal.
Indeed. But yeah, small screen spoiler show, new episode out. Get excited, people. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that show. Terrible Tuesday Movie Night does some manscaping with Mansome, which sounds terrible.
It's so bad. Freaking
It's
Will Arnett
so
proving that he
bad.
is the worst person in the world.
But he's a great Batman. This working droid is the odd bot out. Generic live show wonders, where is the line for overconsumption? Clearly he's not American, so he doesn't understand what overconsumption is,
he's
truly.
a skinny young Australian. He doesn't understand what overconsumption is.
You don't know what an overconsumption is, Dale. But we'll listen to the show and see what your thoughts are. Real Insight goes trekking, and BGM is the reason for the season. Winter season, that is.
I want the winter season to end. I'm sick of the snow.
I saw that up in New York, and I'm like, I'm glad I'm leaving.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Back
I've
to
gotten
Florida.
it all week, and we're gonna get more. We got some more today, and we're gonna get more
to Florida.
tomorrow. And I have to go up to New York for a friend's birthday party, so I'm like sitting there the whole time. I'm gonna be sitting there the whole time, like glancing out the window, going, as soon as it starts snowing, I must go to the train station, or I'm never going to get home.
You should have came and visited me while I was up in New York. You should
You
feel
were
bad
just,
for
like
not
3
visiting me.
hours away from me.
Care?
And
And like, what am I gonna do? Show up in New York and be like, take me to this hotel where CJ probably is not right now.
Yeah, right, because I was doing
I'll just
everything.
stand awkwardly in the lobby and wait for him to get back. And be like, hey, you're going to bed. Okay, bye.
If I had $1 for every time that's happened, I have approximately $2.
$1.50.
Yeah. Yeah, the other time it was a trap, literally.
It's a trap.
All right, and I mentioned earlier how you can support the network if you want to help. If you want the direct way, the absolute positive, most direct way of supporting the network, go to patreon.com/geekio. You set up a monthly donation for everything on the network that is our show, Small Screen Spoiler Show, TTMN, BGM gets a cut of it. I guess some of the money will go to freaking Howard Stacks if I have to. It's for everything on the network, which is easily 40-something hours a week just with Neil's stuff. I mean, geez.
He doesn't sleep. He just podcasts.
Yeah, all the time.
That's all he does.
If you want a little bit of feedback to your stuff, if you donate $5 every month, we will give your site, cause, whatever, a shout out at the top of the show. And if you think we're worth $10 or more, we'll read a Twitter-ish length post for you, pimping your book, your website, your competing podcast, the Nerd OI podcast. I don't care.
Nerd OI.
I see.
Dot biz. You remember .biz domains, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That was a thing.
Oh yeah, that was a thing there for a couple of seconds.
Oh my god! Remember they were gonna release a new domain ender for like porn sites, and there were gonna be like 4 different kinds, and everyone just kind of stared at that and went, "Nah."
No, I don't remember that at all.
I do.
No, I
They
don't
talked
remember
about
that.
it. They talked about it on TMS, I think.
I just like that you can have like any domain now, just
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, there's .photography. There's.
I really want a .coffee domain. I don't know what I'm gonna do
dude.
with it.
Geekio.coffee.
It's about coffee. Actually, it's about tea. Really? Yes.
Tea.
The answer may surprise you.
If we can get a .spoiler domain.
Could.
All right.
Small screen.
Small screen spoilers. Yeah, small screen spoil. Small screen dot spoiler/show.
Do it.
That's one of the downsides of sites like that. Like I see, and they're like, "Oh yeah, come up. You can have it be called whatever you want," but then the end of it is going to be this big long bunch of stuff for our site.
What I've done, Tom Silk, who was the original co-host of my podcasts, he has a really great site, quantumju.mp.
That sounds so
jump.
sci-fi.
It's extreme sci-fi. I like it.
All right. Anything else before we head on out of here?
I apologize for my lack of funny. I'm just really tired, everyone.
It's okay. I'm
All
tired.
right.
Too.
Let's
Like,
get
odd
out of here.
But I love you, and I'll be better next time.
Under an hour and a half. First show title candidates. Don't throw up on my bed. Pirated pirate porn. Stupid Gotham. Forgive me, CJ, for I have sinned. Hilarious repeated deaths. Pyro in a party hat. Mazes and mutants. Pulling a Miley Cyrus. Get your freak on, Elmo. Pixel physics. Ironic Hawkeye. Inaccurate drug use Speedy. China Cat. The sight of a 70s drug van come to life. Or nerdoi.biz.
I vote for
Man.
Pyro in a party hat. Just telling you right now, because everything is better with Pyro.
Yes. All right, folks. If you want more of what we've been dealing with, check out Jazz and I show, geek-io.net/spoiler show. Alex and I host a show all about comics. If you liked what was going on in the Geek Out segment, the first part of it, go over to geek-io.net/comics. You can also get to her direct stuff at geek-io.net/chaoscheld, because I'm nice and set up a redirect for her.
Thank you.
You're
Still haven't
welcome.
made it about me. I really do need to.
Hooray!
All right,
like,
Dale will
this
be
is
back
gonna
in
be
2
weird.
weeks. Alex will be back next week because she loves us.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm here because, if I remember correctly, I'm here because someone had a baby.
But kind of, sort of.
Right?
Jared Budlong had a baby, and then Dale is out for the next 2 weeks. So instead of taking up your one free day every week, I'm just like, hey, there's 2 weeks that Dale's not going to be on. So hey, Alex.
Yeah. I don't mind shuffling it about every once in a while for it. It's just unfortunately I can't do it every single week anymore.
So spoiler alert, you have these next 2 weeks, and then 5 weeks after that. Because it's episode 100, and you have to be on, because damn it, it's episode 100. All right, folks.
There for episode 100.
It's gonna be a
Alright.
big crazy thing.
It is going to be like a 4-hour show.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I have a lot of
I may
surprises.
have to
lined
leave
up.
if it gets too late.
I have a lot of surprises lined up for episode 100. A lot of which none of which I'm telling anybody but Rachel.
A lot of which will be a surprise even to him.
Yeah, actually, if nobody follows through with what I'm asking stuff, it might all be a surprise. It might all just be like us going, I had this thing here and it's not there.
Do you remember that time? I wasn't there for that. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we will see you next week.
Is
Bye.
that over Geek I or Tadpole Tech? I forget. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's all jumbled together.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
This has been a BKO production. Copyright 2015. Geek.io. Geek and Geek out.